Orleans Hotel in the entertainment capital of the world. It's the most unusual and exciting game in town, the $250,000 Bowling Shootout.
Well, hello to bowling fans, and welcome to fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Glad you could join us today. Dave Ryan with you from the Orleans Hotel and Casino. We have very exciting bowling to assure you. We have 4 bowlers, 2 are amateurs, and 2 are pros, and all will be bowling for the big bucks today. The way we're going to start this out with a very interesting format is that all bowlers will be going for the big dollars in each frame. The more frames, the more skins you can win, and the more money you take home. If we have a tie, we're going to call it 2-tie, all tie. That means the bowling and the money will roll on to the next frame. Let's check out to see exactly how much the bowling will be worth frame by frame. Now, we start with the first 2 frames at $2,500 per frame, and it's going to go all the way up to the 10th frame. In fact, the first 9 frames add up to a total of $75,000. The last frame is worth $75,000. That's where things really get interesting. And if we have a tie in that last frame, we'll have sudden death bowling. 1 ball for each bowler, and 1 ball could take home the $75,000. You have to have a strike to win that last frame, big bucks. So we have a lot on the line today to make sure everything is fair and square. We're joined by Mr. Jeff Henry from the USBC, United States Bowling Congress in Milwaukee, and the Certification Committee. Jeff, thanks for joining us. We're looking forward to watching these great bowlers in action. We have 2 professionals. The first comes to us from Double Oak, Texas. That's just outside Dallas. He's won 8 Denny's PBA Tour titles. He's won 2 major championships, the U.S. Open and the Tournament of Champions. He twice has won the Roll the Riches worth $200,000 each. Let's say hello to Chris Barnes. And he's a 34-time titleist on the Denny's PBA Tour. He's won 8 major championships and 4 U.S. Opens, more than anyone else. He already is a PBA Hall of Famer. Let's say hello to Pete Weber from St. Anne, Missouri. We have 2 amateurs with us as well. He comes to us from suburban lanes in Decatur, Georgia. Let's say hi to Joe German Sr. And from Family Fun Lanes in Hancock, Maine, near Bangor, let's say hi to Sim Dysart. Time now to interview our bowlers. Let's bring Chris Barnes up here first. Chris, 8-time titleist in the Denny's PBA Tour, couple of Roll the Riches titles, so you're no stranger to high-stakes bowling. Now, you had an experience with this event way back. We won't mention the year. You were a sophomore, I think, Wichita State, maybe 19 years old. What memories do you have of that event?
Well, it was my first time on a national stage. It was an incredible experience. I got to bowl with my heroes at the time, which was Marshall Holman and Mark Roth. Lisa Wagner was on that show. Earl Anthony was doing the broadcasting. It was unforgettable experience, and things have come full circle here. And today I get to be the pro. It's pretty unbelievable.
Thanks, Chris. Chris Barnes, everybody. Pete Weber, come on up here. Pete, you won 4 U.S. Open championships, more than any bowler in Denny's PBA Tour history. How do you rise to the occasion with a big event?
Well, I just try to put it out of my mind, Dave, and just go on and make the best shots I know how to do. But I tell you what, if it comes down to being the 150 grand, I'm going to be nervous out there. I don't know about these guys, but I know I will be. So, you know, I just hope it comes down to that.
All right, Pete, thanks.
Thank you.
Congratulations. On all 4 of our bowlers, 2 pros, 2 amateurs, and now we are set to go with our competition in the first frame. Our first bowler is Joe German. He is set to go with the first frame. His first frame is worth $2,500. Joe is the lone left-hander of our competition and told us last night he's going to try to take advantage of that. Only southpaw out here. Less traffic. Left side. Nice start. Late hit on the 6-pin. And Joe German Sr. from Decatur, Georgia, just outside Atlanta, has a strike.
What did you call me?
Pete Weber is having some fun with the crowd, folks. He is set to go on lane 11. Pete's first ball. Starting pretty far left. That comes in high, and just a 7-pin count for Pete.
I guess I'm done, huh?
So Pete Weber will not win the money in this frame unless we have a tie. Sim Dysart is next. Sim comes to us from just outside Bangor, Maine. He's 63 years old. spent a long time in the service, 30 years in the Navy. Way left and leaves the double wood, just has an 8-pin count. So Joe German has the strike. Pete and Sim, 7 and 8-pin counts each. Chris Barnes can send this to a second frame with a tie. Remember, it's 2-tie, all-tie. But if he doesn't strike, Joe German will take the frame and take home the $2,500. Chris Barnes knows a lot about pressure. Fastest bowler in PBA Tour history to $1 million. Needs the strike. Has the strike. And that's good news for both Pete Weber and Sim Dysart, because 2-tie, all-tie, we move to carryover money.
I start.
And Pete Weber will lead us off.
You got carryover, huh?
The money carries over here.
Yeah.
That comes in light, and just a 6-pin count for Pete.
That just didn't work, did it?
You get to shoot. Yeah, that was the same one that went high last time.
Pete will get a chance to shoot for the spare here.
Good move.
Yeah.
Because a spare could still help him. This is carryover money, second frame. And it does cover nicely.
Boy, that was hard.
First pair.
Now it's up to Sim Dysart. Sim actually had a chance to meet Pete's father, late great Dick Weber, some 30 years ago, when Dick performed an exhibition at a Navy ship. Nearly out of Brooklyn strike.
He's got an extra spare.
Sim will have to make the spare here and pick it up. So Sim told us last night he was so excited once he found out Pete was involved in this competition to get involved with his bowling center, family fun lanes, Hancock, Maine, and try to make the long trip to Las Vegas. And the 63-year-old did it. And he met Pete today.
I got it like
Covers nicely with a 6-pin. Carry over frame here. 2-tie, all-tie, remember, so the money carries over to the second frame. This is a $5,000 frame. Chris Barnes. Chance to put himself in great shape with a strike. Which he'll get. Puts himself in good position for $5,000. This is carryover frame bowling.
carryover.
And now Joe German Sr. from Decatur, Georgia, the only left-hander on our show today, has to have a strike here to force another tie. Otherwise, Chris Barnes takes home the money. Oh, 10 down. How about that from Joe German Sr.? The wiggling, paralyzing 5-pin drops. 2 frames are complete from here in Las Vegas, and we're all tied up. Third frame is on the way. $10,000 on the line. Stay with us. Vegas at the Orleans Hotel and Casino. They're ready to bowl. Let's pick up the action right now.
Come on, young fella. Much more coming up.
Sim Dysart has struck. Chris Barnes tries to answer. Carryover bowling, 10,000 on the line in this frame. That's a bit high, and look look at the split.
All right, Joe, take the pressure off.
4, 6, 7 for Chris Barnes. Not
that's terrible.
an easy pickup. Won't even need to try because the strike already has been thrown by Sim in this frame. So Joe German Sr. already forced another frame of carryover bowling. That's why we're now bowling for $10,000 in this frame already. What a start to our $250,000 bowling shootout from Vegas here today. One more time. Two tie, all tie again, and the money escalates. The pressure starts to rise. We've got a special prize as well on the line.
Ed, trust me.
A trip to Mexico, the retail value $2,600. The all-suite Pueblo Bonito Sunset Beach in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, with a premier location on the beach. The state-of-the-art resort, Pueblo Bonito Sunset Beach Hotel and Resort. Carryover bowling, Chris Barnes. The money cranks up. So does the pressure. Enough hook on that one. And after just a 7-pin count, Barnes strikes this time.
I got 7 and 6.
Little Tommy Jones special right there.
$15,000 is on the line in this frame. Joe German Sr., originally from Detroit, also served in the military a long time, was in the Army. Looking for that perfect strike in the 1-2 pocket. And leads the 6-pin.
I come close.
So Joe's turn is over here because he needs a strike.
This one? This isn't PBA rules, no coaching, right?
Pete's
Can I be
having fun.
coached?
Pete Weber has got a match.
Honey, what
the
am I
strike of
supposed
Chris
to
Barnes
do?
here with $15,000 on the line.
That would be disastrous.
If Pete strikes here, he ties. And will carry over again. Can PDW come through? You bet!
All right, I made it through with 1 strike at least.
So no one wins the trip to Mexico, unfortunately, but the money keeps cranking up here. $5,000 more will be on the line from Las Vegas next. Here is Joe German Sr. from Decatur, Georgia, near Atlanta, 48 years old. Coming out of suburban lanes in Decatur. 5th frame now, $20,000 on the line. Another strike for the lone lefty of our show. He has been money in the bank. 4 strikes out of 5 frames for Joe German Sr. He's never been on TV before today. He's handling the pressure very well. Here's the Hall of Famer Pete Weber. Almost $3 million in career earnings. Pete's got to answer. Which he does.
Getting out that quick.
PDW is alive and well.
Oh, no. Can't, I get to start now, too? What are the chances of me throwing 3 in a row?
This moves us on to frame 6. $30,000. Also, more on the line in this frame. 2 diamond watches. Total value, $5,200. Ice Tech watches for times to remember. She'll love the Valentine with 1.7 carats of diamonds, and he'll impress with the chronograph and 3 carats of diamonds. Visit icetechwatches.com. The stakes get higher and higher. Leads us off in this frame with another strike. Oh, 10 down into the pit. 60 feet to success for Pete Weber. He's tied for third all-time with Hall of Famer, the great Mark Roth, 34 career titles. Here's Sim Dysart, 63 years old from near Bangor, Maine. Can answer. 10 on a 6-pin.
That's right.
We move on to Chris Barnes.
All right, Chris, come on.
All-American at Wichita State. Longtime competitor for Team USA
I
and
didn't mean that.
worldwide competition. Spent some time just after the PBA Tour season in England bowling at the Weber Cup, an event named for Pete's father, Dick, against European stars, kind of like the Ryder Cup of golf. 9th year on tour, all-time great Chris Barnes. It's a good shot. Looks for the answer. Won't get it, avoided a split, but it won't matter because Pete had the strike. So it's up to Joe German Sr. now. $30,000 on the line, plus the his and her watches to go to Pete. And wouldn't that be great for his wife, Tracy, who's here? Tracy, a great bowler herself. Stands back and watches. There's Linda Barnes, Chris's wife, hoping that Chris can come through yet again.
Carry over. Take your time.
This is big for Joe. He's never bowled for this much money. Not at one time. An amateur from near Atlanta. Gotta have it. It crosses over. A Brooklyn strike for the lefty. How about it? $40,000 on the line when we return to Las Vegas. Here in Las Vegas, $250,000 bowling shootout. Dave Ryan with you from the Orleans Hotel and Casino. Sim Dysart, 63 years old, from Hancock Village, Maine, just off the water, just north of Bangor. Starts us off, 7th frame. Comes in light. Has the 1-2. 4 and 8 pins. Got the double wood here and $40,000 on the line in this frame. Tremendous action. No one's won any money yet because it keeps rolling over. We started with $2,500 in the first frame. The first 9 frames of the competition add up to $75,000. The 10th is worth $75,000. Nice cover by Sim Dysart. Retired after 30 years in the Navy, retired Chief Petty Officer Dysart, who told us last night he would love to be back in the Navy, but he had to retire at a certain age. Really enjoyed his time there. Actually got to meet not only Dick Weber, as we told you, but late great Earl Anthony as well. Bowled with Earl at an exhibition at a naval base. Chris Barnes. A nice trip on number 4. Down she goes. And a strike for him. There's $40,000 to be won in this frame. So we go to Joe German Sr. Another look at Chris Barnes' strike. He's moved left to hook the ball more on this wet, dry pattern. Can Joe do it again? He comes through one more time with a late trip on the 10-pin. $40,000 is still on the line. When we return, Pete Weber will have to answer. Maybe another tie? We find out next. Back here at the bowling $250,000 shootout, things getting very exciting. $55,000 and a Caribbean cruise on the line. No one's won any money yet. We're joined by the amateurs who have really held their own. Sim Dysart, let's start with you. You told us last night of the story that you met Dick Weber a long time ago at the naval base. And when you found out that Pete was going to be competing, what was your first thought?
I'd like to be able to compete with him.
And you've done pretty well for yourself. How are your nerves holding up?
Okay.
A man of few words, but it's some pretty good bowling shots. Now, Joe, how about you? Big money on the line and pressure on the line. You stuck some big strikes out here. How have you dealt with the pressure?
Oh, well, I prepared myself for it. I'm concentrating, making good shots. I just want to continue to do so.
What do you do with the big money if you win it today?
Oh, I got a new grandbaby. Got plenty of bills to pay.
Plenty of things to do, huh?
That's right.
Well, good luck. 8th frame here as the two amateurs doing very well against the pros, Pete Weber and Chris Barnes. $55,000 on the line, and the Caribbean Cruise to be won. The cruise worth $5,200. Costa Cruises, Europe's leading cruise line, offers a 7-night Caribbean cruise aboard the Costa Mediterranean, cruising Italian style from Costa Cruise Lines. Air provided by lastminutetravel.com. When you're looking for the best deals on hotels, air, and cruises anywhere around the globe, go to lastminutetravel.com. And luggage by Ricardo Beverly Hills Del Mar Light, now 30% lighter. Fashion luggage from Ricardo Beverly Hills. Now the 8th frame. This frame by itself worth $15,000. Total of $55,000 to be won. PBA superstar Chris Barnes starts us. With a right hit across the deck, the messenger takes out number 10, and down she goes. How about that from Chris Barnes across the deck to take out the 10th pin? Yeah, time and time again, Joe German Sr. from outside Atlanta has come through. Strike here, and we roll on to the next frame. Yes, everything but the 6th this time. So with $55,000 on the line, Cruise of the Caribbean, valued at $5,600, here is Pete Weber. His wife Tracy watches closely. Tracy with Pete every step of the way on the PBA Tour. A great bowler herself, and Pete's inspiration. The Hall of Famer needs this. PDW from St. Anne, Missouri, just outside St. Louis, where the Hall of Fame happens to be located. He and his father, the only father-son tandem in PBA history to be in the Hall of Fame. Because of shots like that, going to the 9th frame, we've given away no prizes, no money. The money is rolled over frame by frame. So now $75,000 is on the line, and PBA superstar Chris Barnes, along with Pete Weber, a bit surprised no one has won the money. How do you evaluate the competition so far, Chris?
Well, it is a surprise, and everybody's kind of took turns getting strikes in different positions, and you know, the lanes they're not bad, but they're not really as high scoring as some of the high scoring patterns we've been on tour. I expected to have 2 or 3 skins by now. Okay. Not me personally, but somebody would.
Someone would.
Yeah.
Hopefully you, if that worked out.
Well, yeah, I was hoping me, but I was thinking somebody would win those.
Make sure we get that right. Now, the two amateurs have really held their own. Are you surprised with how well they bowl? How would you evaluate their play? Well,
I got to watch them bowl yesterday a little bit, and I'm a little surprised just knowing all the nerves and things that I went through many years ago out here, and but they've come up big in a lot of different spots. It hasn't made it easy, that's for sure.
Well, good luck the rest of the way here. Maybe someone, including Chris Barnes, can win the big money. Pete, how would you evaluate how things have gone to this point? No one has won the money yet, and your best evaluation of the competition?
This is kind of what I expected. I expected all the money to go to the 10th frame. You know, Joe's been really tough on us this show, so you know, it's kind of this is more like work than having fun.
Might watch for him on the PBA Tour next year, huh?
Well, never know. Never know. Pull a Mike Miniman and win, so you never know. But I'm having a blast. It's fun. It's great, and the AMs are just keeping up with us.
How would you compare this to a regulation PBA Tour event? The pressure is there.
I'm a lot more nervous doing this than I ever have been on TV in the PBA. There's a lot more money at stake because if it comes down to the one shot, I mean, that's a lot of pressure on you. And if you don't rise to the occasion and answer that, then you're going home.
All right, Pete, thanks and good luck.
Thanks.
Pete Weber, Chris Barnes, the two PBA superstars are going for the $75,000. No one has won any money yet. perhaps one of our two pros or the two amateurs, Joe German Sr. and Sim Dysart, will take home the money. It's Joe German Sr. first to lead us off, and the crowd is really getting into it. Who today has struck 7 times. Goes now to the 9th frame. This frame worth $20,000 by itself. $75,000 total. Who takes home the big money? That's the question. Avoids the split. $2,470 does have to pick up the spare because he leads off the frame. If someone had gone before him and struck, then Joe wouldn't even bother. But in this case, spares do count. Can he cover? Wow, somehow the 2 pins elude the 7, and it's an open frame for Joe German Sr. Now to Pete Weber. He told us last night he has been in a similar skins game shootout type format back in 1994. But he didn't win back then. He didn't win then. He'd like to win today. $75,000 to be won in this frame. Is it Pete's money? Looks late. Paralyzing 5 goes down. So Pete puts himself in position to win $75,000. Sim Dysart must have a strike here. Can he answer? Pipe in. He will not. And it comes down to this pressure shot for PBA superstar Chris Barnes from Double Oak, Texas, outside Dallas. Wife Linda, a great bowler herself.
I guarantee you the others.
Twins Ryan and Troy, who
they were making it back.
Be 5 years old this month. They're watching back home.
I thought it was a little wide myself. Good thing for reactive balls.
Pete's happy.
All right,
He
come
got
on,
the
Chris.
break he wanted.
Tie it up.
Chris Barnes has to strike here, or Pete takes home the money. If not, it rolls over to the exciting 10th frame. For the big money. He comes through. Chris Barnes does it. We are still tied. $150,000 on the line next from Vegas. Here's the Las Vegas Shootout. Let's find out what the crowd thinks. Crowd, what do you think of this great event so far? They've never seen anything like it either. We're going now to the 10th frame, and it's 1 ball. It's got to be a strike. $150,000 on the line. The amateurs have held their own with the 2 great Denny's PBA Tour superstars. Let's start with Joe over here. What's going through your mind right now?
Well, I didn't think, no, I thought somebody would get a few skins by now, but it's all down to 1 frame, so it's a do or die.
It's your first time on TV. How would you describe the experience?
It was really enjoyable. It was exciting, like I thought it would be. I'm just trying to block it out and make good shots.
Sam, the pressure. How are you dealing with it?
Okay.
Just okay? What else can you say about this?
It's wonderful to be here.
Also your first time on television.
Yes.
What's the best way to describe this experience?
Great. Outstanding. Fabulous. I'd like to say hello to my wife. She didn't believe me when I told her that I was going to be here.
It's true. And you're on TV and doing
Yes.
very well. Thanks for your time, and best of luck to you on this last 10th frame. Chris Barnes, your best way to evaluate what we've seen so far. Now, you're the professional. You've bowled for the big money before. How do you approach this exciting 10th frame?
Well, I mean, it's, I guess you can draw on experience a little bit, and I've been lucky enough to throw some shots for a lot of money, but, you know, there's a lot of nerves involved. Pete said it earlier, it doesn't matter who you are right now. $150,000, $150,000. And it's 60-foot lane, but it looks like it's about 80 right now.
How would you best describe your strategy, the moves you're making today?
Well, I started out to the right, and it looked pretty good for a couple of frames. I had one go high on me. It checked early, and then I moved left off that, and the next one went by it, and I two-pinned. So now I've moved just about 12 boards left and switch balls, and that worked out okay. So we got a couple of strikes. We'll see if we can throw about, I don't know, 7 or 8 more, which might take. So.
All right, Chris, good luck. Thanks for the time. Pete, we're down to the last frame here. You told me you brought 4 balls with you from St. Louis in your layout, in your arsenal. How do you approach strategy now with so much on the line?
Well, as you see, the first ball that I used didn't do very good. I asked Mama what to do, and Mama said change balls. So I changed balls, and all of a sudden I got a little bit of room on the lane, and got 4 strikes going here in the 10th frame, and looking forward to putting the pressure on the other guys.
You've been in these big-time skins game, the high roller events before. You bowled for $100,000 at the U.S. Open this year on the Denny's PBA Tour, and you won that this year as well. How do you always rise up to the occasion?
Well, when I'm sitting back, I try not to think about what I have to do. As you see, I'm taking a little more time today. Before I get on the approach, I see what I want to do, take that nice deep breath, let it out, and then go, and it just seems to be working right now.
And so, what board are you rolling from right now, Pete?
One of the 7 that are out there. I'm not real sure yet.
Pete, good luck to you, and the crowd is ready to go. I think everyone wants to see this exciting finish. Best of luck to all 4 bowlers. We are ready to go here with a 10th frame. $150,000 on the line, and it's 1 ball only here. You have to have a strike. We could have a tie. We will go until we have a winner. Well, thanks for the help with the TV cables, Pete. We appreciate that. He's TV savvy.
Are we ready?
We are ready to go.
Okay. Big one.
Pete Weber will lead us on in the 10th frame. This year won the U.S. Open, as we talked about in the interview with Pete, his 8th major. That's a record tire. No one has won more U.S. Open titles.
What?
Someone off lane
Sorry,
has a
can't hear
comment for Pete, and he wants total silence. This is like a big Tiger Woods putt in golf. You've got to have complete concentration and focus. But the good news is Pete's having a lot of fun with this event.
Again.
And of course, the routine, the approach, everything is critical. Here's Pete's ball. 7-pin. Man. It's not over for Pete. Come on. He's not out of it quite yet. Now it's Sim Dysart coming to us from Hancock, Maine. Been married for 40 years, has 4 granddaughters. And his wife, Mary, in Scotland, when he was stationed there in the Navy. Does he have it? You bet! 63-year-old Sim Dysart, who has a 170 average, has the strike. He could win the $150,000. Can you believe it? Another look at that straight ball with almost no hook.
Right.
And Sim Dysart is within 2 shots potentially of winning $150,000 and taking home the whole pot.
That's just a flat lie.
Sim is in the City Hall of Fame in Bangor, Maine. I imagine his plaque goes right to center stage now. Think of that.
Come on, Chris.
Chris Barnes finished 2nd. PBA Tour rankings this year. amateur.
Whoever thought they'd say me and Pete get that close.
2-tie, all tie. We go to the 11th frame. It's one ball, strike only. Here's Sim. Can he keep it going? Yes, he can. 63 years young, Sim Dysart. He again forces Chris Barnes to strike to stay alive. Chris will take a re-rack here. Think things over and concentrate. Imagine this, folks.
He was sandbagging us the whole time.
PBA superstar from Dallas to win 2 events. Roller Whippet won $400,000. He's won 2 majors, 8 titles on tour. The world's 2nd-ranked bowler.
29 and up, 59 and up, 75, not enough, 150. Now he shows up.
Chris is joking that all throughout this event, with less money at stake, Sim didn't
Always
strike.
got to watch out for the cagey veterans.
But with $150,000 to be won, Sim has come through big time with 2 strikes. Sudden death frame.
Simply.
He's got to have it to stay alive. 7-pin. Sim has struck in this sudden death frame.
Pretty good shot.
The crowd is cheering on Joe German Sr. In the 90s, Joe competed in 2 PBA Tour events. One of the top amateurs in his area. Never bowled for this kind of money. Needs it.
Dip the hell.
10-pin. And it comes down to this one shot from Pete Weber. He has got to strike, or Sim Dysart from Hancock, Maine, the amateur with a 170 average will win all the money. $150,000. Can you imagine this competition coming down to one shot for the Hall of Fame? He's won nearly $3 million in his career. He's got to have it. He will not. It's over. Sim Dysart wins the big money. $150,000 for Sim Dysart from Hancock, Maine. Sim, congratulations. How would you best describe this feeling?
It's great. Honest.
When you started this competition, what kind of chances did you think you had to win it?
I just wanted to bowl with Pete. That was my goal. And I got to do that.
Congratulations, Sim Dysart. He wanted to meet Pete Weber. Just a chance to shake his hand. He faced him all the way down to the sudden death frame. Pete couldn't strike after Sim did. Who wins the big money? Sim Dysart from Hancock, Maine. What a touching moment. Just minutes ago here in Las Vegas during our commercial break after Sim had won the $150,000 prize. He called back home on a cell phone to his wife, Mary. He's been married to her for 40 years. She couldn't believe it.
Hey, hun, I won $150,000. Just a second. Tell her that I won.
Dysart, it's true. It's Dave Ryan from ESPN. This is Dave Ryan from ESPN, Mrs. Dysart. It's absolutely true. I'm on the cell phone here with your husband, and after he won the $150,000. Did you catch that? She can't say a thing, Sim. She's in tears right now. You better console her. She's so
What's wrong? Okay. I'll see you when I get home. Love you guys. Thank you.
Well, it is official. Sim Dysart from Hancock, Maine has won $150,000, and Jeff Henry from the USPC is here to present the check. Go ahead.
Sim, on behalf of Woody Fraser Productions, we'd like to present you this check for $150,000.
Thank you.
Congratulations and great bowling.
Sim, congratulations. What are you going to do with all that money?
Pay the house off.
That's the first thing?
That's the first thing.
And then what?
Take the wife on a vacation.
Oh, fantastic. As it turns out, we still have 2 vacations to give away, one to the Caribbean and one to Mexico. Also, his and her watches, they're diamond watches. The total package worth $13,000. So we're going to bowl another frame of bowling. What do you think, fans? Should we do it? How about some more bowling? And we're ready to go here. Original order, guys. Joe, lead us off. One ball.
One ball for...
All 3 prizes are on the line. So just like the $150,000 prize we just saw, now they're bowling for $13,000. Total package, 2 vacations, and the watches.
Me too.
Joe German Sr. so disappointed he didn't take home the $150, but now he's got a chance for some redemption. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's what you need. Joe goes first. Gets a tap, but not on the 7 pin. The 4 goes down late.
Same order? Yeah.
And P. Weber is next.
Sure.
Imagine just moments ago, Pete had all that money on the line with 1 shot. And
sure.
An amateur out of Maine took it. But now Pete also had chances of redemption. All Sim wanted to do was meet Pete. He met him. He defeated him. Incredible. Pete comes in high this time and leaves a 3-6.
Ball couldn't hook like that last time, could it?
And you just know who the crowd favorite is here. It's got to be Sim Dysart. Retired Chief Petty Officer, Sim Dysart. 30 years service in the Navy. Could he not only pay off his house, win $150,000, but take his wife on 2 trips? And his and her watches? You gotta have it, Sim. Looks for the tap. Not this time.
All right, Chris, it's all yours.
So Chris Barnes can step up and be the only to strike here in the sudden death frame and take home the prizes, $13,000 total. Linda Barnes joked with us last night that
I was nervous before.
Twins back home wanted a new playground set for their house. They just built
my own raft down on me. It's a whole different thing bringing your 2 rafts on me.
Just built and moved into outside Dallas, the Metroplex. We will carry over unless Chris can come through here.
Half left here, so if we can get rid of that other pin.
You heard it from Chris. He made his move. Now can he strike for all the money? Yes, indeed! $13,000 in prizes, 2 cruises.
I knew that was happening.
His and her watches. So, Chris Barnes, you didn't win the $150,000, but your wife, Linda Watching, was egging you, urging you on to win the prizes and the watches. You did that. How does that feel?
Well, it sounds like her and Tracy are going to go on some nice cruises. And
you can't go?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm invited anymore. So thanks a lot, Sim. Appreciate that. No, it's you know, a great prize, an unexpected benefit. We didn't know anything about that before this started, and you know, to get something out of this at this point is a great feeling.
Would this compare to some of your clutch PBA moments when you step up and need to make those big shots? Is this pretty much like a regular PBA event when it came down to the big shots?
Yeah, I agree with Pete. You know, it's $150,000, and whether it's, you know, for a major PBA title, it's an awful lot of money. And I don't know what kind of pot games you have there in Maine, but you guys are some strong action players.
Congratulations, Chris. Thanks so much for joining us. And to all 4 of our bowlers, very exciting. And Sim Dysart, the big winner, takes home $150,000. Chris wins the cruises, the watches, but Sim certainly takes home the big money. He can pay off his house, and I believe his wife now believes, indeed, that he is here in Las Vegas on TV on ESPN to win the big money. Congratulations to him. Thanks so much for joining us from here at the Orleans Hotel and Casino. It's been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For the entire crew, it's Dave Ryan saying so long from fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Thanks so much for joining us, and congratulations to Sim Dysart.